Linden, Jennifer here, and I wanted to share with you a huge box that I received this Friday from Mountain Rose Herbs of a bunch of different herbs, and just give you a flavor, like a few sentences from each herb to tell you a little bit more about them. It will not be comprehensive information about the herbs, just a little touch on them, and with the kind of caveat that because of COVID, I had to order a pound of almost every herb, and I have quite a bit of herbs now, especially with all the other herbs that I have. So definitely look out for, in the future, an opportunity for me to make you a custom blend of tea or steam or tincture or something just for you. Keep that in mind when you listen to some of these new herbs that I just got, and know that they are not the only herbs that I have. I probably have over 100 herbs here in my home apothecary that I can combine and work with you in mind, so just for fun. So I have some notes here to help me remember all the different points on these herbs. This first one here is a pound of Eleuthero root, and Eleuthero is an adaptogen herb, and it is a general health tonic, or it can be made into a general health tonic that has been used in Chinese medicine for quite a while to help with energy levels, to help improve endurance, stamina, nourish the kidneys, and so much more. Okay, gotu kola. So I do only have 4 ounces of this, and this is actually an herb I did not order for myself. I ordered this for my daughter. She's going to be using it in her school memory tea blend that she likes to make. So gotu kola is thought to improve cognitive health, and also it's high in nutrients. Most of these herbs are going to be high in nutrients of some form or another, just like when you eat vegetables or fruits. They are plants, and they're high in different minerals or antioxidants or things of that sort. So they're all gonna be a little bit different, just like plants are, because they are plants. Most of them are plants. So gotu kola is great for cognitive health, and it can also be calming. So that's going to be for Isabel. Marshmallow root. Okay, so this is a pretty awesome root here that we can use, and this is excellent for the stomach, the GI tract. It's anti-inflammatory. It's an expectorant that's especially good for dry hacking coughs that you might have. It can also be very soothing to the urinary system, heartburn, digestive issues, etc. It's really super easy for anyone to make as an infusion. So with marshmallow root, you basically take a bunch of herb, put it in a mason jar, like a quart-sized mason jar, put cold water in it, and I love to add cinnamon to mine, and then let it sit for like 8 hours, and it will demulsify. It will pull out, extract all of the demulcent qualities of the herb. That's the slimy mucilage in the herbs that provides that really nice coating to help calm down all of those digestive issues that you might have. Ooh, tippy. So this is sage leaf. This is sage, culinary sage, but in a huge 1 pound bag. And sage is so amazing because it is, oh shoot, just a second here. So sage is great for the digestion, and something that you might not have known is that sage can actually help break down fat. So using sage in a tea when you're going to be eating a fat or in a tincture blend can help with that. and it also generates heat in the body that helps move fluids from the core to the peripheral. So I'm thinking about my friends, athlete friends that do a lot of cold weather activity. So when you're out there for a long time and you're working hard, your energy gets focused on your core, right? And you start to get cold in your extremities. So when you get home, have yourself a nice cup of sage tea or a blend, because sage by itself is probably not delicious all by itself, to really help move that circulation towards your peripheral again, to kind of warm you up. But in addition to that, it's awesome for the respiratory tract. So sage, combined with thyme, which I'll talk about in a moment, are really great antimicrobials for the respiratory system to help kill viruses, especially the cold virus and for sore throats. So definitely keep that in mind. Don't have these like really in a particular order. Catnip. Catnip is not just for cats, okay, y'all? So probably why my kitty's here is because he knows that I have this humongous bag of catnip. But catnip is excellent for the digestion, and not only that, but it can help soothe people who have anxiety or when they're panicky and that sort of thing. It's very relaxing. It's relaxing to not only the emotional part of you, but it's a muscle relaxant too. So when you have that tension, digestive tension, and you're all tense in there, and so you're not you're very uncomfortable from that, it will help relax those muscles as well. So catnip is amazing, and there's a lot more to be said about that in the future. Linden. Okay, I love linden. So this is my second pound of linden that I purchased in the last 2 months, because linden was sold out for like 4 or 6 months this summer, and I was out and I was very sad about it. So linden is amazing because it's awesome for the cardiovascular system, and it will help with both high and low blood pressure, to modulate the blood pressure to an appropriate blood pressure for you. Now, of course, I'm not a doctor, cannot treat, diagnose, cure any illnesses or anything like that, so you always want to work with your physician if you have a situation. But this can be a very supportive herb to help with heart palpitations, soothes nerve pain. You can make a tincture with this and use it topically for nerve pain as well, tension headaches, and so much more. It's very calming. It helps calm you. I put this every day in my husband's tea blend with some other great cardiovascular supporting herbs that I'm not talking about right now, but hawthorn and tulsi. Put tulsi, hawthorn, linden, lemon balm, and sometimes goldenrod into his tea. Sometimes I mix it up, but definitely linden is amazing. Burdock root. Okay, this is a new herb to me that I'm going to be trying to use, and it is a nutritive herb that can help with that digestion again. So this is the second herb that we talked about that can help with that. So if you're eating a fatty foods and you feel like those don't digest very well with you, you might consider doing a little tincture blend of burdock root before you eat those meals to kind of get your body prepared for that. And it's also known as a blood cleanser, and it can increase the circulation at the skin level. So that can help with things like eczema, psoriasis, skin rashes, and that sort of thing. So much more to say about burdock root, but that's a little bit. thyme. So I promised we talked about thyme when we were looking at sage. And this again is the culinary herb in just a bigger size that you can purchase. And I love this. I love these two herbs together, thyme and sage, in my respiratory steam blend. It's also very good for your skin because it's antimicrobial and it helps like if you have acne or that sort of thing. So thyme is also, so not only is it great for the respiratory system, but it's really good for your gut health too, and helps with antimicrobial aspects of that. So you can drink that in tea blend as well. Calamus root. So calamus root, this was sold out for a long time, so it might be the first time that I was able to buy this. So it's a warming bitter herb, and it could help increase the bile flow and also blood quality. And supposedly, I've not tried this yet, but I might try this today after making this video, that if you have a sore throat because you have overused your voice from talking all day, so thinking of my teacher friends, then you can chew on a couple little pieces of the root, and it will even help soothe your sore throat. Elecampane root. And hey, isn't it fun how 1 pound is so different? So this is 1 pound of elecampane root, and this is 1 pound of mullen leaf. So I think that's fun because definitely the sizes are so very different. So for elecampane, that is an adaptogen herb, and it is, actually, give me 1 second here. It might not be an adaptogen herb, I may have misspoke there, but it has prebiotics that help with gut health, so that is awesome. And it's a warming bitter herb that stimulates digestion and helps with respiratory infections as well. It has a biofilm disruptor quality to it that has even been shown to help with things like MRSA. So of course, if you have something like MRSA, you are going to work with your physician, but it is often also a good idea to incorporate some natural products as well, just like you work on your nutrition, right? So if you have type 2 diabetes and your doctor gives you a medicine, you would do better if you also thought about changing your diet to be more supportive of that diagnosis. So just kind of something to think about when it comes to herbs too. So this huge bag that I showed a moment ago was mullen leaf, and mullen leaf is going to be an herb that is used so much this winter and probably this fall, and who knows, maybe even through to March when the cold and flu season ends. But it is amazing for respiratory conditions. It is anti-inflammatory, and it's especially amazing for dry hacking coughs. It helps to clear contaminants from your lungs because it has expectorant action. So if you're somebody who works in an environment where you're inhaling in things that are irritating to your lungs, maybe you're a painter or anything really that works where you're breathing in things and you feel that kind of heaviness there, this could be helpful with expectorating out some of those toxins. And you want to be careful though when you drink this as a tea, because the leaves have tiny little hairs that can be irritating, so you do have to strain it really well to make sure that you get out those tiny little hairs. This is also relaxing to the nervous system, and it's tonifying. So it's relaxing and tonifying. So if you take it like as a tincture, then it could even help with things like incontinence by tonifying those, strengthening that area down there. Licorice root. This is an interesting one. So licorice root, I actually use licorice root a lot in my nettle tea blend. It has a little bit of a sweetness to it that I like, but you do have to be careful not to use too much because it is very sweet. And it's great for the respiratory system and your respiratory health. It has a very moistening quality to it. It supports the liver. It's great if you infuse this in an oil to use topically, maybe even in a tincture to use topically to help with eczema or psoriasis or skin rashes and that sort of things. But the one thing that you do have to be cautious about is if you are someone with high blood pressure, you don't want to take a lot of this herb. So it's probably fine to take a little tiny, few little bits to add as sweetener. But if you have high blood pressure, you don't want to take large quantities of licorice root. Okay. Dandelion leaf. So I know this summer we talked about dandelion a lot when we were going out and harvesting dandelion and that sort of thing. So dandelion leaf is great for your kidneys. It's a diuretic and it is slightly bitter, so it helps with digestion. Any herb that has that bitter quality will help with digestion, so just kind of keep that in mind. And there's a very high mineral content in dandelion leaf, and so that helps when you do have that diuretic quality. It is not taking out it's replacing the minerals that, when you're the diuretic, it's, making you pee more. So you're getting all that extra fluid out of your system, but you're replacing the minerals with dandelion leaf. So that's really handy. And that's the same with nettles. Nettles is an herb that I use every day in my Nettles and Friend tea blend, and it's very, very high in mineral content, but it is also diuretic. Cardamom. So cardamom, this is whole cardamom. A couple of weeks ago I did buy some whole, the big cardamom, and it just looked kind of difficult to crush, and so I thought I'm gonna order some whole cardamom. And it's a warming digestive herb. It's great for cramping, bloating, indigestion. It can be even helpful for the respiratory system. It has antispasmodic qualities to it, and that can help with coughs. And so I'm planning to use this in like a chai tea blend is my plan. And then the last herb in a package that I have here is ashwagandha root. And you probably have heard me talk about ashwagandha root quite a bit, including the YouTube video that I made with PowerPoint, if you ever want to go check that out. But ashwagandha root is an adaptogen, and it supports the adrenals and the endocrine system, helps reset the circadian rhythms. So if your circadian rhythms kind of got out of whack for whatever reason, this will help you reset it. So it doesn't make you sleepy. It's not a sedative herb, but when you take it, it just helps you get back into the right sleep pattern. And it helps the body cope with stress. It can stimulate digestion, support the nervous system. So many amazing things that can be helped with ashwagandha powder. So I actually just sprinkle this in my smoothie, but you can take capsules. Speaking of capsules, I did order milk thistle seed capsules. So the milk thistle seed is great because it is very gentle and safe for nearly everyone. Whereas, you know, I said licorice root, be careful if you have high blood pressure. You don't have those concerns when it comes to milk thistle. So milk thistle is amazing for liver support, and the healthier your liver is, the healthier everything is, and same with your kidneys. So your liver and your kidneys are very important to your whole body's health, and your immune system, and your endocrine system, your HPA axis, all that stuff. So anyhow, the milk thistle helps your liver in 3 ways. It provides nutrients to the liver tissue, it stimulates the regeneration of damaged liver cells, and it protects the liver from further damage. So you can take these capsules. It says take 1 capsule, but I'm likely going to be taking multiple capsules, a couple, 2 or 3 throughout, maybe 1, 2 or 3 times a day for a couple of weeks, and then I'll just go down to 1 capsule a day, but I'm not prescribing that to anybody. So, oh, the other 2 that I got are St. John's wort and valerian extracts, or tinctures, if you will. So normally I make my own tinctures because it's more affordable, really. I can make a lot more for myself using the herb and waiting 2 months, shaking it every single day, and taking the extra steps to bottle it and that sort of thing. But with both of these, valerian and St. John's wort, you want to use the fresh plant, and I don't have those right now. So I am trying to grow both of these, and I started St. John's wort this summer, and I'm very, very hopeful that I'll have some next summer to harvest some of the flowers to use. And I know use is not a very nice word to say when it comes to plants, but so I apologize for that, but harvest some plants to help me, I'll say, to be my partner in supporting my health. But St. John's wort is amazing, and it's also great for your liver health. The one thing that's different from St. John's wort and milk thistle is that if you're taking pharmaceuticals, you want to stay away from St. John's wort. Don't take it, because St. John's wort is so effective on your liver that it increases the liver's the processing speed of the liver, and that will make your liver process your drugs faster, and that is not what you want to have happen when you're on a time-release drug, or your drug is based on your body weight, or that sort of thing. So that's a very dangerous thing to play around with, so don't do that. But you can ask your pharmacist if St. John's wort will interfere with a particular drug. Usually, if you're taking an antidepressant, it will interfere with that, but your pharmacist should be able to tell you that for sure. But the reason why I like St. John's wort is because I take it instead of a pharmaceutical antidepressant, and I don't necessarily need an antidepressant per se right now, but I have had some times where I was feeling quite stressed and needed something a little bit more than I do right now. But St. John's wort does help me relax at night and just calm my brain down so that I can get to sleep a little bit faster. So I actually only take it at night before I go to bed, but other people might take it throughout the day if that is what they need to best support them. You can also use St. John's wort topically, and that does not interfere with your medications. So if you're lucky enough to get some St. John's wort infused oil, that is amazing as a pain reliever, and helps with especially like nerve pain and that sort of thing. But you can also use the tincture form for that. And let me see here. It's also antiviral, and it soothes your frazzled nerves, both internally, like our emotional nerves and your physical nerves. And then valerian extract is very relaxing and promotes sleep. And I don't take this very often, but there was something I was going to make and it had valerian in it, and that's why I bought it. So I think that about covers all the herbs that I got in my Friday shipment from Mountain Rose Herbs. And in case I forgot to say this, I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing any of your illnesses or suggesting by any means that anything here can cure any of your illnesses or diseases, but I think herbs can be a great support for different health conditions that people have. And if you think about a lot of them, like you do nutrients in foods and how food is medicine, this is just like a different way that you can support your body. So I guess that's it. I hope everyone has a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.